What's going on, all of my fellow Joy-Con boys and girls? This is your boy, Nintendo Logan. Well, once again back at it again here. Well, yeah, another Nintendo Switch 2 news update for you guys here. And as we got some great news topics that we're pretty much going to be covering in today's video. So before we get started, if you guys enjoyed this news video, make sure as always, give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you guys are brand new to our channel, make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you guys turn on all notifications to not miss out on more of the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 coverage that we're pretty much going to be having next time in the near future for you guys. But we're not going to waste any more time right now, and we're just going to go ahead and get straight into our news topics for today's Nintendo Switch 2 news update. And starting off with our first news item, and this is some pretty great news for a lot of you guys that are going to be playing the Switch 2 with the Switch 2 Pro Controller. If you guys are wondering how long it takes to actually charge a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller, and it takes about 50% less charge time compared to the Nintendo Switch 1 Pro Controller, which is pretty great news once again that the charge time for the Switch 2 Pro Controller is going to take less time like the Switch 1 Pro Controller. Well, we got some details about this, and this is coming from NintendoSoup.com, and this is the information that we have for this here. And so, this is what the article says. It seems that the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller has some secret tricks under the hood that make it slightly better than the Nintendo Switch 1 Pro Controller. According to the official Nintendo website, the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller requires 3 hours to fully recharge, and that's half of the time it takes, about 6 hours, to recharge the Nintendo Switch 1 Pro Controller. The Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller also comes with a smaller 1070 mAh capacity lithium battery compared to the original controller's larger 1300 mAh capacity. Fortunately, the smaller capacity doesn't seem to be affecting the Switch 2 Pro Controller's battery life, as both controllers last for about 40 hours on a full charge. In addition, the Switch 2 Pro Controller comes in slightly lighter at 235 gigs versus the Switch 1's Pro Controller's 246 gig. And so yeah, so pretty much what they're saying is, if you want to charge your Switch 2 Pro Controller, when it's pretty much charging and whatnot, it's going to take about 3 hours for it to charge. Way less time than the Switch 1 Pro Controller was at about 6 hours. So it won't take that much long. It won't take long for you to fully charge up your Switch 2 Pro Controllers once again. And it does seem like this is going to be a definite upgrade over the Switch 1 version of this controller, which honestly for me, I don't really care about battery at all, because I mean the Switch 1 Pro Controller already lasted like a very long time. Like, it really felt like it was at the point to where, you know, you really didn't have to really charge it too much and whatnot. Especially how I experienced like charging my Switch 1 Pro Controller. Well, yeah, but what do you guys think about this news topic right here? The Switch 2 Pro Controller taking about 50% less charge time, unlike the Switch 1 Pro Controller. Again, the Switch 2 one is going to take about 3 hours, and then the Switch 1, compared to the Switch 1, takes about 6 hours. If you guys have any thoughts about this, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and we'll love to hear your thoughts about this. But speaking of Nintendo Switch 2 controllers, we have also some news on the Joy-Con 2 controllers with their battery life and all that. And it says, once again, this article is coming from NintendoSoup.com, by the way. Joy-Con 2's battery is smaller than Joy-Con 1, but with the same battery life, which is, I actually find that pretty interesting, even though I'm not really a certain someone that actually does play with the Joy-Cons really too much. So, but we're going to go ahead and read this information right here for you guys, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what they mean by this. So this is what the article says once again. The official Nintendo website has revealed some interesting information about the Nintendo Switch 2's Joy-Con 2 controllers. According to the website, each Joy-Con 2 packs a 500 mAh lithium-ion battery. That's smaller than the Joy-Con's 525 mAh battery. However, despite the smaller battery, in terms of battery life, both the Joy-Con 2 and Joy-Con 1 will last about 20 hours, and it will also take the same time to fully recharge, about 3.5 hours, unlike the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller, which is talked about that. Unsurprisingly, due to the Joy-Con 2's larger footprint, they weigh heavier than the Joy-Con 1, 66 gig versus 49 gig for the left, and 67 gig versus 52.1 gig for the right. And so, you know, like I said, pretty interesting stuff what they got going on with the Joy-Con 2 controllers with their battery life and whatnot. And then it does seem like it's a lot similar to like the Joy-Con 1 controllers, but and then it does look like they improved those a little bit. And I know one specific thing a lot of us have been hoping for. Hoping the Joy-Con 2, fingers crossed, they're not going to have Joy-Con drift after a while. Because that was like the big main problem that the Switch One had with the Joy-Con 1 controllers. There was just so much Joy-Con drift going on with that, and there was a lot of lawsuits for it and all that stuff. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that is the big thing that I'm really hoping. And I know a lot of us are really hoping that Nintendo fixes with the Joy-Con 2 controllers. But I just found this pretty interesting and wanted to cover both of these news items for you guys. So what do you guys think about these two news topics that we pretty much discussed, especially right now, with the Joy-Con 2 controllers? And so if you guys have any thoughts about it, like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and would still love to hear your thoughts about this here. Boom, we got one more bonus news on it for you guys here. As there was a brand new update that was just announced for the GBA Switch Online service. So if you're a subscriber to the Nintendo Switch Online Points Expansion Pack, and I've downloaded the GBA Switch Online service, Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones, is the brand new game that just got added to the GBA Switch Online service as of yesterday by the time I'm recording this video. And so this is the official announcement coming from Nintendo of America's official Twitter. And this is what the tweet says here. Guide Eureka and Ephraim on their twin quest to rebuild I'm not sure, I'm so sorry if I butcher any of these here. Rheneas and Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones. Available now for Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack members. And so yeah, honestly for me, in my personal opinion, I'm not really the biggest Fire Emblem fan, so I mean maybe I might check this out in the future, but honestly I'm not really the biggest Fire Emblem fan, so I could care less about this, but I don't know, who knows, maybe I might check this out in the future and see how I feel about it. And because there have been multiple times before, especially when I play Fire Emblem Three Houses, when I try to get into the Fire Emblem franchise, but unfortunately, it was not really my cup of tea, though, but maybe sometime in the future I might actually try this out and, again, try my best again to the Fire Emblem franchise. But what do you guys think about this right here? What do you guys think about Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones being the next game getting added to the GBA Switch Online service? And if you guys have already played it, let me know what you guys think about it so far, if you guys have never played it before. And, like I said, I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. But alright, guys. They're also on the news that we have for this video. Just want to come on here to keep you guys updated on some of the stuff that's been breaking in terms of all this Nintendo Switch 2 stuff and with the Switch Online stuff. But what do you guys think about everything we talked about here? And I know I kept saying this a lot, but definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below once again. And overall, if you guys enjoyed this news video overall, make sure you guys, as always, again, give this video a thumbs up on your way out. And definitely subscribe and make sure you guys have all notifications on. Tonight I'm going to send more upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 content in the future. And even more Nintendo stuff that you guys will definitely not want to miss out on either. But anyways, with that, that's overall going to do it for me here for your boy Nintendo Logan. And I'm going to be signing off with this news video. And I will see you guys, as always, in the next one. So peace out. Love you guys. God bless. Have a great day. And we'll see you next time. And may God bless you.